Well, we're live again.
Hello, everybody.
It's Monday night.
Monday Night Live. I could almost
you
do
go.
it
You
tonight
did it
because
tonight.
I've got a little issue going on.
A little frog in the
Yeah.
throat. It's Monday Night Live with Kate and Dean, or Dean and Kate. Well, welcome everybody again. We're excited to do Monday Night Live. We've been having so much fun with it.
Yep.
And so much good feedback from people that are joining us and joining in. I'm Dean Nixon with TurningLeaf Wellness Center here in sunny St. George, Utah, along with Kate Semmens as well. We're so grateful to have her here with us.
Yes.
Co-host.
The stunning co-host.
The stunning co-host and rock solid co-anchor. I should say
There you
anchor.
go.
I'm the co-host, so you're the anchor. There you go.
I kind of like that.
There you
Don't
go.
let it go to my head.
So tonight, as we getting going, one of the topics we wanted to talk about was one that you noticed right off.
Yes. In fact, it's right
Here.
right there. If you can't tell, I think it's right side on Facebook, but it's wrong sided on Instagram.
Instagram.
And it's so tricky to when I'm trying to fix my hair before we start, I'm like, can't even do this. I don't even know. But the sign behind us right there that Dean has on his wall says, "Not my circus, not my monkeys." And we were just kind of chatting about it a little bit right now as we were like, oh, let's get ready to go live. And I said to Dean, I'm like, man, it would be really cool to be able to kind of just chat about that tonight, because I think it's something that we all as human beings kind of get roped into. We've kind of talked about communication. We've kind of talked about boundaries and all those kinds of things.
Yep.
So it's not my circus, not my monkeys is for me. And you tell me if I'm wrong. When I read that sign, I think of me getting all up into some business, right? And having my own emotional energy and my time and everything going on. And then all of a sudden it's like, what am I even doing? I don't have any business being in that. Why do I
Right.
keep doing that?
Yes.
So maybe, I guess my first question for you tonight, Dean, is tell me about your sign. Where did you get it? Tell me the story. I'm dying to know.
Oh, it was a gift. It was a gift from one of my clients. And what happened was I had seen the proverb, it's not my monkeys, not my circus, not my problem, which it's an old Russian proverb, translated into that's what it was. And so one of my wonderful clients had found it on Pinterest or something.
Pinterest or Etsy or something like
something
that.
like that. And so she had purchased one for herself and one for a friend, and then she's like, I'm going to get Dean one too. So it is a great proverb, and I've loved it ever since I read it. And it is one of those things that helps us draw a boundary with ourselves and dealing with other people's drama.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where it came from and why I love it so much.
I love it. So let's talk about putting boundaries with ourselves and other people's problems.
Other people's drama. Why do we personalize things that aren't personal? And that's really what it boils down to, is there's so many times that we personalize things that aren't personal.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we get caught up in this is because of, again, one of the topics and principles that we're always talking about, especially in the level 1 seminar, the awakening seminar, is that we're always talking about where we get our value from.
Mm-hmm.
And we have learned to get our value externally. We get our value from the world and how the world views us, or how we view ourselves showing up in the world. So yes. I can get my value from the things that I do, the things that I've done, the things I shouldn't have done,
Mm-hmm.
And the things I should have done. And so we get our external value. And so what happens when we get caught up in other people's drama, especially things that don't matter to us, one of the things we're doing is we're either getting caught up in how it reflects back on us, whether I've got to fix it because I need to be the hero,
right.
and I can solve this and people will think I'm amazing. Or if I don't fix it, then the person I love will get hurt, and I've got to, I've got to save them because I don't want them in pain because I'll feel pain. To feeling like, oh, I've got to control that because it reflects on how people see me or how people view me. And we get caught up in worrying about other people's views of us.
Right. So this is maybe a smidge off topic, but it's a question that I have because we have the value-based parenting workshop this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah.
So you said like when we work really hard so that our loved ones won't like experience suffering or fail and stuff like that. How does that come into play when you're a parent and it is your circus and it is your monkeys? Like quite literally your monkeys, right?
They're literally your monkeys. And that's when you know, okay, I've got to get involved because they are my children. The other piece, and that's where if we break the parable down, it does give us a indicator of when to get engaged. The first of all is it my circus? Did I create this? Is this of my creation? Is this my construct? Is this my way of thinking? And a lot of times that's one of the things that I think is so important as a parent is we do want to take a look at what our role is in things, and we want to take accountability for our role in things and do our best to correct or fix them. That's why a lot of times I see this in parenting. You're bringing up parenting. A lot of times parents have a hard time reaching out and getting help because we're embarrassed or we're ashamed or we're afraid or we think we're the only ones rather than getting help early. And so I love it when people come to the parenting workshops or they come to seminars and parents sit back and go, oh my gosh, it's not just me.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's struggling with this same principle or struggling with the same issue. And that's you controlling and working on your circus. That's you going, okay, this is the circus that I am the ringmaster of. And as a father, and I've had to do this, as a father, what is my responsibility? What is my role in really creating a safe environment and educating my children and giving them coping skills? My monkeys is the second one, my indicator. As an employer, they're my monkeys. As a father, they're my monkeys. As friends, they're my monkeys, as siblings and parents. And it gives me an idea of where do I get involved and where do I need to step back and allow them to do their own thing. Sometimes being the ringmaster, I need to let them go through their own process.
Absolutely.
And I need to let them and go, you know what, they're creating their own circus. So I need to step away. So it's been a really good instrument that I've used for myself and also in my coaching sessions here when I'm working one-on-one with people or with couples or parents is how to address which one's my circus, which one's not, which is my construct, which did I create?
Right.
Who are my monkeys? Who are not my monkeys? And then engaging from there.
Right. So I guess that's the next question then. How maybe can we, because I do this too, like get there faster? You know what I mean? Like it feels like for me sometimes I'll have been in a situation like maybe with work or with some friends or my siblings or whatever. And it'll be like a little ways down the road. And then I'll be like, oh, here's all of these signs that this is not my circus, right?
Right.
So perhaps is there a way to be able to recognize that faster? Or is it just being better at recognizing my own boundaries? Like, does it come back to that?
It does. It does come back to recognizing our own boundaries and being more engaged. Sometimes, especially in the world that we're living in today, it's easy to not be engaged. It's easy to not be connected to what's going on, and we disconnect emotionally from a lot of things, or we procrastinate a lot of things or put things off until all of a sudden we find ourselves in the middle of it. So some of it is that we have to start to be more engaged in what's going on in our life, what's going on around us, what's going on with the people that I'm connected to. And then by doing that, then I can start to recognize, well, where do I need to have those boundaries more? Like, for example,
yes,
I'll give an example. One of the things that I see people struggle with a lot is loyalty. And loyalty is a quality. Loyalty is something that we need to have. It's a relationship building thing. However, we have to learn where's the boundary with my loyalty. So in other words, if I'm being loyal to a person, just blind loyalty, then I'm going to find myself caught up in drama or in things or supporting things that I have no business supporting, because it's like, well, I got to be loyal because they're my spouse, or I have to be loyal because they're my child or my friend, my best friend. I've learned that the best boundary is only be loyal to people's healthy parts or working parts.
I like that.
Because if you're loyal to their working parts, then you're truly being loyal. If you're being loyal to their non-working parts, then you're not being loyal. You're just enabling and turning a blind eye. So what I see a lot of times is people will be loyal, they'll turn a blind eye, they'll allow themselves to get down the road, they enable unhealthy behaviors by not confronting it or addressing it. Then they go, how the heck did I get here?
What is going on?
Where did this madness come from?
This is craziness.
And we even talked a little bit about that in our family support group tonight. I apologize for the ums. There's been 2 so far. We talked about it tonight in the fact that we can oftentimes find ourselves turning a blind eye or to not paying attention to what's going on until we're down the road engaged, and what we do instead of addressing it or confronting it is we beat around the bush. It's just like, well, it sure would be nice if the room smelled better and we took the trash out, but or we make these passive aggressive
comments,
or we these end running or not end running, beating around the bush type of comments, rather than just sitting down and directly going, hey, how can we really solve this problem? How can we come together?
I like that. So stay in the now, right? Be present.
Be engaged.
Yeah,
be engaged.
So that you're aware of it. Define what your circus is, which I love how you said, like, am I the ringmaster? Is it of my creation? And then your monkeys, right?
Right.
Like,
are these my monkeys?
Who you have stewardship over or tied to? Is that how you would define that?
Yes.
Okay. So I love that. Oh, Emily, that was so sweet. I was just checking to see if anybody had any questions for us while we were kind of getting resummated to where you are. Thanks, Emily. We love that you're watching our streams.
There's a lot of people that have waved, and
hi, guys.
we've had a lot. Penny Kramer and a lot of people. So thank you, everybody. And I have to squint to read it. You've got the good eyes. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for joining in. A lot of love right there. But yeah, that is one of the cool things is, when we're looking at where our boundary needs to be, it is really, what am I accountable for? And going back to the video we did, the live we did on accountability versus energy, when we were talking about enabling. If you haven't listened to that one, please go back and like and share it as well. But it is that concept of, what is my accountability? What is the energy level? So if it is my circus and it is my monkeys, but I'm putting too much energy into it, then I need to pull that energy back and allow my monkeys to be more accountable.
Right.
And because as a ringmaster, I may be too overly accountable. I may be taking too much on.
Right.
And so it's finding that balance of, where do I draw the line to help me and my world grow into the way I want it to feel and look.
When you're working with people, individuals in life coaching sessions and doing seminars and stuff, do you find, I would imagine that this is the case because I'm just like reviewing my own life, but do you find that people have patterns that they fall into? So that could be another way to like look for those moments like, oh gosh, this is feeling pretty familiar.
Yes. And it's good to be aware and to be self-aware. Everybody has blind spots, and that's another piece that we have to recognize. Everybody has a blind spot. Everybody has a piece that if you think you don't have a blind spot, that's your blind spot. So just saying. So everybody's got a blind spot.
Blind spots are your blind spot.
Oh, it is. But everybody has a blind spot. So what we have to recognize is that if I'm creating those pieces, I need to become aware of where my blind spots are. And then I have to be accountable to set those boundaries in place. And with myself, because I have patterns. I have ruts in the muddy road, and they're great. I never fall in them until it rains. But when it rains, I'm right in the rut. And so I have to be aware, okay, it's raining. Where's the ruts? Where's my blind spots? Where am I more apt to fall? And then be accountable.
Right. And then the other thought that I'm just having is, probably another way to be able to recognize it, correct it, move forward is to be about your personal development, right? Like we talked about a couple of times ago. Was it last week?
Last week about working, keeping yourself moving. Don't just deal with it like a toothache.
Right, exactly. Like getting your mental health checkups done, like taking care of your personal development and all of those kinds of things.
Yep, absolutely.
Can help you see that sooner.
Absolutely. Well, I know we're getting close on our time. Yay. So last week, or Friday, I guess it was a little long. We talked about the book, and thank you everybody for listening to that one, liking and sharing it. So tonight I want to make sure we stay close to being on time.
We thought about setting a timer because the two of us could just like chat all night.
Just keep going and going and going and going.
So, but your guys' time is valuable, and we're so grateful that you join with us.
Absolutely. So thank you for tuning in again. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. Stay involved. We've got coaching here at Turning Leaf. You can reach us at 435-652-1202. Or you can also go on the web and go to www.TurningLeafWellnessCenter.com or DeanNixon.com. That was fun. I got a domain with my own name. How cool.
That's because you're cool, Dean.
I don't know about that, but it was cool to get it. And so you can go there. We've got the books that you can get on Amazon, the 4 Steps of Confidence, the Key. We also have the parenting workshop.
Yes, Saturday.
Yeah, super excited. We got Twisted Noodle going to be providing lunch for us. So we're super stoked about that and thankful for those guys. And then we've got the Level 1 seminar. I'm looking at my calendar, the 18th through the 20th of October. If you're looking for something to really just shift or grow or progress, it's not one of those things, I'm in trouble, I got to get help. But if it is, come and get help. If it's that I want to go to the next level, come and go to the next level. So
if you feel like you need to emotionally lose like 10 to 15 pounds, come hang out with us in one of these seminars, because that's exactly what it feels like.
And it does help.
It really
People lose pounds too. I've seen a lot of results from that. So thanks for tuning in. Like and share our videos.
Yes, please.
Please make Kate famous.
That's the new mission.
Make Kate famous. All right, everybody.
Share the love, you guys.
Talk to you on Friday.
Have a great week.